How's it going, everyone? And welcome to Nature Time with Luke. Hope everyone's been having a good December, and the weather's been treating you all right so far. I've just finished up my fall semester, and I'm finally on Christmas vacation. Unfortunately, since it's been so cold, there haven't been that many birds around lately. That is if you don't know where to look. A couple of days ago, I decided to head to one of my favorite spots for winter birding here in Canada, a little place on the south shore of Lake Ontario. 50 Point Conservation Area. Historically, I've been able to get great looks at one of my favorite duck species here, the long-tailed duck. Unfortunately, when I got to the conservation area, it looked like all of the ducks were quite far out on the lake, too far for my camera to capture. Thankfully, there are a number of birds hanging out in the parking lot, like this black-capped chickadee. There was also a female downy woodpecker hanging out overhead. Not far away, I heard a blue jay making some vocalizations. After spending some time with the parking lot birds, I made my way over to the marina where I was greeted by an interesting sight, an American herring gull eating what looked like the head of a catfish. There was also a large raft of bufflehead who were swimming around the docks. Among these adorable ducks was a lone male canvasback who appeared as though he had made a few friends with some red-breasted mergansers. There was also a single male common goldeneye who looked like he didn't want to be there. After leaving 50 Point, I decided to head to another great birding spot in Burlington, LaSalle Park. Along with a number of different bird species I found, there are quite a few eastern gray squirrels who are quite fun to watch. After spending some time with the squirrels, I decided to head down to the beach and see what kind of birds I could find. I was immediately greeted by a number of very common Ontarian species. One of these species was an extremely well-known duck, the mallard. Although mallards don't usually get a lot of attention because of how common they are, I still think they are a beautiful bird. I just love how the head feathers of the males change from green to purple in the sun. Among the mallards were a number of these American black duck. A little bit further out on the lake was the world's largest species of gull, the great blackback gull. As I watched this American coot move along the shoreline, my view was obstructed by the largest bird on the beach, the trumpeter swan. Roughly 50 years ago, the trumpeter swan had vanished from the lakes and wetlands of Ontario as a result of overhunting and habitat loss. Thankfully, their populations are on the rise today as a result of the implemented conservation efforts. After a successful morning of birding, I decided to stop by my parents' place to say hi to them and their cat Murphy. My dad had also just recently finished a guitar he was building, and he was eager to show it off. For the past 4 years, my dad has been building guitars in his spare time, and he's been getting really good at it. With every new build, he likes to try something new, and is always looking to incorporate some sort of animalian theme into his instruments. For as long as I can remember, my dad has been playing the guitar, and around the 7th grade, I started as well. I started performing in school talent shows, first by myself, then with my grade 8 band, and then in high school, I transitioned to playing live gigs with some of my friends. Eventually, I started playing in my dad's band as well. Along with my dad being an incredible musical influence to me growing up, another person was as well. My granddad. For the majority of his life, my granddad was an incredible jazz pianist and was a huge inspiration to me growing up. Not only was he an incredible musician, but he was also one of my closest friends and probably one of the best people I've ever known. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2018 as a result of cancer. Since his passing, holidays have felt different, and lately I've been reflecting on why that might be. Like most others, my family carries out the same Christmas traditions every year, and because of this, it becomes all too easy to make comparisons between those years. These comparisons really accentuate the fact that there are some people who used to take part in these traditions who no longer can. It's times like these that make me incredibly grateful that I have things like photographs and memories to look back on whenever I need comfort. I am especially thankful for a video recording of the TEDx talk that my granddad delivered on jazz and community, which allows me to remember his smile, hear his laugh, and hear him play piano once again. If you've made it this far and are also missing somebody right now and finding certain aspects of this holiday difficult, I just wanted to let you know that you've got somebody in your corner. Now, with all that being said, let's get back to birding. But before that, it's a scientific fact that if you have a nice breakfast before you go, you see more rare birds, especially if that breakfast contains potatoes. my parents' backyard, there's a large family of mourning doves that stops by every day to enjoy playing in the leaf litter, drinking from the bird baths, as well as eating the safflower seeds that they put out for them daily. Now, if you've spent any amount of time observing mourning doves, you'll know that they are an absolutely adorable and lovely bird. If you don't think so, I don't like you very much. Just kidding, I'm sure you're great. Also watching the doves was my parents' cat Murphy. Not far away from my apartment is a lovely little place called Churchill Park, which hosts a number of adorable mallard ducks. I hope you all stay warm and safe this December. I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling in the next couple of weeks or so to a place I've never been before, and I'm really excited about it. But I don't want to give too much away, so we'll leave that as a surprise. But you should expect lots more birding stuff in the future. But with that being said, happy holidays, everyone. And more importantly, go bird or go home.